Sometimes inside the home, children become familiar with how adults normally behave. There may be tension in the room. The tone may feel sharp. Conversations may feel uncomfortable or emotionally unpredictable. But then something suddenly changes. Other people arrive. Guests walk in. Family friends become present. And suddenly the adults feel completely different. The same people who felt tense or emotionally difficult a moment ago may suddenly become calm, warm, and unusually friendly. And for the child watching, something may immediately begin feeling confusing, because what they are seeing now does not match what they were experiencing only moments earlier. This is often where children begin noticing behavioral inconsistency. The adults suddenly feel different depending on who is watching. And over time, repeated contradictions like this can begin creating confusion around what behavior actually feels real. Something may begin feeling off before the child fully understands why. The body may notice the inconsistency before the mind can explain what changed. Sometimes adults begin changing behavior when outsiders are present, because how the family looks to other people starts becoming more important than how they normally behave at home. What this often creates is two very different versions of the same adult behavior depending on who happens to be watching. The child may begin noticing that behavior inside the home and behavior outside the home no longer seem to match. And over time, repeated exposure to this kind of inconsistency can slowly affect what the child learns to trust. Because now behavior no longer feels stable. It changes depending on the audience. Many children become confused when adults repeatedly behave one way privately and another way publicly. And when this happens often enough, children may begin questioning whether what they are seeing can actually be trusted. Some people describe this as a narcissistic family pattern when it happens repeatedly, because keeping a good image in front of other people can begin mattering more than how the child is actually experiencing life inside the home, which can slowly create confusion about what behavior the child can trust. In healthy families, children do not have to question why adults behave like completely different people depending on who is watching. Consistency helps children feel emotionally safe. Repeated inconsistency often creates confusion instead. Sometimes adults carry this confusion into adulthood without realizing where it began. They may become highly sensitive to behavior that suddenly feels inconsistent. What felt confusing may have been the result of repeatedly seeing behavior that never stayed emotionally consistent. Your confusion may make more sense than you realized. Recognizing the pattern helps explain experiences that may have felt confusing for a very long time. If this helped put words to your experience, like the video and subscribe to the channel. This channel exists to help you recognize narcissistic and manipulative patterns calmly, clearly, and without blame, so you can understand what is happening and trust yourself again. And when children grow up around behavior that constantly changes depending on who is watching, they often begin changing parts of themselves too. In the next video, we will look at why children begin feeling different at home than they do in public. Click here to watch.